The Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro is the ultimate. Go anywhere, body on frame, luxury, $80,000, rubber floor mat, hybrid, SUV, $80,000? The 2023 Toyota Sequoia is a 7-seat, 3-row SUV from the makers of the most robust off-road vehicles on the planet. And this, the TRD Pro, is built to go anywhere and look damn good doing it. Well then, who better to test it than me? A childless city dweller with no off-road experience. All I have to do first is get there. Not now, Brian. Okay, you got me. I'm not what you'd call a natural-born adventurer. But wait, turns out I am exactly the kind of person Toyota wants to buy this truck. I am the target market, because I've got all the gear and no idea. I got my big red Expedition coat, I got my big orange truck. I am ready to go overlanding. Like I said, I'm ready to go adventuring. I just love driving absolutely bloody everywhere. Woo! But is it a crime to want to go everywhere and still be comfortable doing it? Toyota certainly doesn't think so, and that is why this Sequoia costs $80,000? That can't be right. Ha! I guess this is an $80,000 Toyota Sequoia. Well, let's see how it is. First thing to say is, it's big, this car. Really big. So big, in fact, I can do this. Yeah. Completely redesigned for this third generation, the Sequoia is bigger than ever before. This being the TRD Pro, we get all the good looks of a regular Sequoia, but with some added TRD Pro stylings, which I think are pretty nice. We've got a wider stance, Fox shocks all the way around, TRD Pro hood vents, which are fake, and a TRD skid plate. The TRD Pro also benefits from a heritage grille, as well as a light bar and cool amber marker lights. 18-inch matte black BBS forged aluminium wheels and Falcon Wild Peak tyres complete the rugged look and make the TRD Pro Instagrammable right off the lot. Overall, I think the styling of the TRD Pro is pretty nice. Even the unforgivable use of urban camo on the wheel arches can't put me off. Oh, except there is one thing. This Sequoia badge is like 1,000 times too big, and it should be here, not here. But that isn't the worst thing, not by a long shot. It goes like this. It should go like this. Every other Sequoia has gone like this. Look, Toyota, all car makers, PSA for you. If there's something everybody loves about your car, universally adored, don't go and change it. Just don't. Change everything else, change whatever you want. Don't change things that we all love. You think it's extreme on the outside? Well, get a load of the Sequoia's interior. Why? So far, to my mind at least, the consensus has been that it's very cheap on the interior. I think we ought to be having a completely different conversation altogether, and that is that this interior is absolutely wild. Look at the size of everything. These vents, I could lose a finger in one of them. Look at this knob. You know what? I'm starting to think that maybe I look a bit silly with this camera on, so let's just take this off. There we go. First time I've ever used it. Money well spent.
Overall, the infotainment package in the Sequoia is pretty damn good. The 14-inch touchscreen is a triumph, as is the combo of wireless CarPlay and JBL premium audio, which, trust me, you will need with all the road and wind noise from the chunky tyres and that wind sail of a roof rack. One last thing to note is the digital rear view mirror, which is very necessary in a car this big. This car is so big, in fact, that were you to use a regular mirror to check behind you, you would actually experience the phenomena of earth curvature between the mirror and the rear window. Such is the size of this gargantuan vehicle. With this digital mirror, I can see where I'm going at all times. I did say this thing was hard to see out of. This truck is incredible, oh my god. The rather aggressively named iForce Max system, which is the twin turbocharged V6 along with the hybrid electric motor, generate a combined 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque. It's a parallel hybrid system with the electric motor sitting between the engine and the transmission, delivering instant boosts of torque and horsepower when you need it, and it is addictive. What's more, they've managed to make this V6 sound a little bit like a V8, which is genius. When I was a lad, my mum used to hide cauliflower in mashed potato to get me to eat my veg, and that's exactly what Toyota are doing here. It's a little stroke of genius. This being the TRD Pro, we've got a whole suite of additional off-roady features to help me get in and get back out again. These 360 cameras are a great touch. We've got an electronically locking rear diff, crawl control downhill assist, and terrain select, which means that the Sequoia TRD Pro is essentially idiot-proof. Well, more or less. On the safety front, the Sequoia comes as standard with Toyota's Safety Sense 2.5, a collision warning system that will make you think you're about to have a head-on 120-mile-an-hour collision every single time you try and park this car. Every time. It's the most frustrating thing in the world. It also features lane tracing and departure alert, auto high beams, road sign assist, and auto cruise control. What I've never understood is calling something 2.5. I don't like that. To me, the 0.5 signifies we've made some changes, but there are more changes coming. Not sure about that. Moving on. The hybrid system in this car is fantastic for speed. It's terrible for fuel economy. In fact, the Sequoia has an EPA-verified rating of 22 miles per gallon for two-wheel drive models and just 20 miles per gallon for four-wheel drive models. And there's another problem. The battery pack for the hybrid system is located here, right beneath the third row and the trunk, which means that those big third-row seats don't fall flat, which means no sleeping in the back of your Sequoia. Literally the thing this truck was designed to do, it can no longer do. Toyota just took that option away so that they could fit a pointless hybrid system which adds more weight and inconvenience than it does miles per gallon. Oh, and they were just so proud of this adjustable cargo shelf when all it is in reality is them trying to cover their own mistakes. Oh no, we've ruined the trunk space in the new Sequoia. What do we do? I don't know, just give them a shelf. A shelf! This isn't IKEA. I am contractually obliged to tell you that in our testing, the Sequoia TRD Pro did a 0 to 60 in 6.2 seconds and a quarter mile in 14.7 at a speed of 93.5 miles per hour. But honestly, what is the point when I can't even lay flat in the damn thing? All in all, what to say? Well, Kind of feels to me like the Sequoia TRD Pro has the best of both worlds.
It has all the looks of an off-road truck as well as, to its credit, all of the off-road chops. But with the refinement and sensibility of a modern-day city-dwelling SUV.
Albeit with some concessions. The mileage, even for a vehicle of this weight, is unforgivable, especially for a hybrid which costs $80,000.
Perversely, that last point is something which I think the people buying this truck will actually be drawn to.
It's a conversation piece really, isn't it, this car? Oh, I just got a new Sequoia. Which one did you get? Well, I got the TRD Pro. Yeah, I know it was expensive, but I just wanted to know I had a truck that could go everywhere and do everything. Despite the fact that he or she is likely never going to go anywhere, even remotely close to this vehicle's limits.
It's huge, heavy, and hella expensive, and I absolutely love it!
I have no business needing or even wanting a truck of this size, scale, and price tag, and yet I've had it for a couple of days and I am just besotted with it. I think it looks awesome, it drives like an absolute monster truck. I really, really want one. Those little geniuses at Toyota have done it again. Oh!